Hey, we got Chris McCammon here from Aptera. What's going on, Chris?
Hey Chad, how's it going? I'm doing well. Things are good. How are you?
Good. The sun was shining today. Our audience, they really only have one question, for Aptera Motors, really, and that's what is everything that's happening?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on, right? So we're, in the validation phase. We have, the two vehicles being worked on right now. The third one's going to begin being worked on pretty soon as well. So, we've been continuously improving PI2 or Hermes as we call it. So, just making it better make it road trip worthy. You know, we added a little center console, we added, powered windows, power steering. So there's things we're enabling over time as the software team is continually working on different components of the vehicle. So it's been
Is this
cool.
the one that you gave the rides in Las Vegas, right?
Right. So in
Okay.
Vegas, it didn't have power steering or the windows were in the down position, right? So, we've continually improved the vehicle. A lot of suspension tuning as well since Vegas, which I already thought was really dang good, but it's a lot better now. So it's, we drive that vehicle pretty much every single day for at least an hour on the roads and bringing it to lunch and just driving all over the place to understand the vehicle dynamics of it and everything. So that's that's the one vehicle, and then there's the show vehicle you saw at CES.
Right. That was like the whole body and interior seemed to be together on that one, right?
Right, yeah. So that one is gonna, is getting upgraded to be fully driving with everything in it. So that's gonna be the one that I'm really excited about because we can, road trip that one across the US and visit Aptera fans and really show them what a, real production intent vehicle will be like, right? Like what they will get delivered. So look just like this, we'll have the interior and exterior and be driving, and I'll be in there driving it. I can't wait. So they're working very hard on that
I
downstairs.
love it. Now the one that Hermes, you call it, that you're driving around and studying, I keep seeing that with black wheel pants. Is that just unwrapped, or is that a different kind of wheel pant just for the testing phase, the validation area?
Yeah, good question. People haven't really asked that. It's so that's a good one. It's basically a track pant, we kind of called it internally. So to take the wheel pants on and off, with the one you saw at the show, it's more difficult than it needs to be for us to be quickly adjusting the suspension a lot. So this one drops right in over the wheels, and we just a couple bolts, and it's a single piece. So it's not what you want for production because the production one you can flip up the cover and access your tire pressure and stuff. But for us doing these validation tests, it's helpful. So we're working on obviously the one that looks like a production one will have the wheel pants that look like a production one too. So
I told you, I think it was last week. I'm cool if mine were just black. And is that ever going to be a possibility? I know this is a
yeah,
stupid sidetrack thing, but if it came wrapped, but I just didn't want wrap on the pants, but of course you still need all the lighting fixtures and stuff. Is
right.
that in the realm of possibility or no?
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, I
You just
think
peel it off when I get it home. Just
yeah, right. I think internally in the marketing team we have desires to have a kind of no wrap option because it saves us money and it lets people wrap them whatever color they want.
okay.
Post delivery you can go directly to wrap shop after you get it, right? So I mean it's just skipping a step in the assembly line. It's pretty easy to do. But I really love the glossy black wheel pants. I'm like, man, if the vehicle was all glossy black, like that'd be crazy. It looks so trippy.
You have to be getting closer to numbers like, yes, we can achieve this much slower. Yes, we can get this much on a battery. Is it fair to say we're getting close to a time when Aptera Motors will be releasing the data like this is what we actually see in these areas?
Yeah, we're getting very close to that. So that, like we said in like the previous blog posts, the next validation vehicle is going to be the one that does all the range testing 0 to full, and that vehicle will give the numbers. That one has the lighter weight chassis and things like that make it more production intent than some of the one-off pieces that are to production CAD but are a little heavier and things like that in these first two vehicles. So that's why that third one is really going to be the key to us releasing numbers and feeling confident about it. So that's coming right along too. Yeah.
Recently, you were in Korea with the Aptera. What was your impression of people's impressions? I mean, what kind of questions were they asking? What was piquing their attention?
Yeah, I mean that was a really fun trip, and we were very fortunate to be invited by LGES and NCTNS. I mean, LG Energy Solution is a massive company in Korea. You know, they employ so many people, and they supply battery cells for Tesla and a bunch of other major players. So we feel, you know, very happy that they're so happy to be working with us. But yeah, when we were there, it's weird. It's the only show I've ever been at where I'm not uh actively like trying to talk with everyone because I just don't speak Korean. So they had dedicated, you know, people at the booth who speak Korean, who were talking all about the vehicle, but I would ask them for insights, and it's the same thing. Like the number one question was like, does it fly? Everyone thought it was extremely cool. Um, you know, people had a lot of questions about solar power because it's weird. Like in Korea, there's not as much solar as I would have expected there to be, or like as much renewables as I would have expected just driving around and seeing the sites. So I think it caught them off guard in a good way. But yeah, no one's seen anything like that there for sure. You know, so it's pretty cool. Like we can emulate the same thing we've seen in the US basically in any country if Aptera just shows up. It like kind of blows people's minds. So
It did mine for sure.
yeah.
LG is such a big deal in the battery world. I mean, from what I can tell, just this guy doing a little bit of research, they're
Yeah.
way ahead of everybody.
They definitely believe in the mission. So, I mean, it reminds me of all the other partners we have that really want to push this thing along. And I think we'll succeed because of all these different partners that are, you know, putting their name on the line to support the small little guy.
So what else has been going on? You got home from that, and then you just been on vacation ever since, or have you done anything else? Or
Right when I got back, I had a couple days of work. Then we immediately went on this road trip to Flagstaff, Arizona, with PI2 with Hermes. So, you know, we went up there, got an Airbnb with Steve and other members of the team, and then yeah, we just drove the next day and drove through Route 66 and I-40, and I mean, it's pretty crazy to just see the vehicle like existing in the world and being on highways, and it's just stuff like I've never seen before, you know, 18 wheelers going by and regular people, everyone taking, pictures with their cameras. So it really was like the first glimpse at like what it'll be like to have an Aptera on the real roads, just doing a road trip. So
seems like things like that would go a long way to getting people right to their keyboard. What is
yeah,
this? You know?
right. Yeah. I don't know if you saw Steve's post on X, but we added the word Aptera to the back, at least for this one vehicle, just so people know what it
Oh,
is. And
good.
I'm going to add some QR codes to it when we're doing longer trips, just so people can quickly learn about it. Because I mean, it's hard to look up. Like, what do you look up when you see this? I don't know.
What is spaceship car?
Yeah.
That's a good
People
one.
really, I think, lost their minds. Anytime we'd stop, some people who, had seen it, down the road would pull off and say, well, I saw that a couple miles ago. Oh my gosh, tell me about that. So we did have a lot of attention, even though we tried to mostly just be driving the whole day. So
So you released that video we talked about with the Flagstaff road trip. Are there any other road trips planned? Like, I don't know, Michigan?
There are other road trips planned, but I don't know if we're going there just yet. We definitely will be with the full interior exterior vehicle with PI4. We'll be, kind of going across the US. At CES I said all 50 states, but I meant we're gonna be visiting different areas of the country. I was so in the moment. I was like, we're going to all 50 states. Like we're gonna map a route to places where people are. We're not gonna go in the middle of nowhere.
So there's like
But
50 places in California.
yeah.
I mean, don't do that to us, Chris.
No, 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 no.
You might not know this. I don't know if this is new to you, but there's actually a lot of car money in Michigan. You might have heard of that.
Yeah,
There's
we can
a city
visit
just to the east of
Monroe
me
over there.
called Detroit. Maybe it's something you've heard of. I don't know. But there's
No,
money here,
definitely.
in Michigan. But whatever.
Yeah. Maybe we can stop at Monroe and Associates and have a meet up there or something. That'd be pretty
Yeah, we
cool.
meet up with Uncle Sandy. Absolutely. That'd be great. Or
Yeah, that'd be really
Chad
cool.
Monroe and Associates right here in
I
Comstock.
know. Every time I email you, I get confused for a minute.
Well, he spells his name wrong. Sandy does, so that should make it easy.
Right, that's right.
But if you make it to
But
Chicago, we'll go there. Memphis, none of these places are too far away for us. We'll come, if we get a chance. We'll see how it goes.
yeah, sounds good. It was really cool. I mean, we were driving on that road trip, all day, solar charging, getting over 500 watts at times of
Wow.
solar charging. Really, really impressive stuff. And uh, even in the clouds, we were getting 250, 300 watts. So, I mean, we were really happy with the output of the solar panels on the trip. And I mean, Steve said the suspension's really, really nice, really smooth, comfortable. It was Steve driving the whole time. So
Okay,
that's pretty cool. And then, we ended up going over 300 miles and that's all we'll say on that. But it was really a cool trip. Yeah. I mean, we
that's fantastic.
started in this, the snowy Flagstaff had snow everywhere. And then we ended up basically in the desert, back to California. So
Cool. Chris, before we get off, is there anything else you can share with our community? You know how much we want to know what's going on in Aptera. Anything at all, we'll take it.
yeah, of course. The big I think say the big push internally is just a lot of validation, a lot of getting the word out there about Aptera, a lot of not only in the powertrain, the battery, everything, but solar output, solar data. So like we're hoping in the next few months that we'll have solar data, range data. I mean, just everything everyone's ever wanted, right, about Aptera. And it's been years coming, years in the making to have a vehicle that's fully ready to release numbers on. But we're getting there, and it's really exciting. I think it's crazy for me that I mean, we're not even that far through this year, and just in January we unveiled production intent vehicles for the first time. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's always good for me personally. I always have to reframe my brain. I'm like, man, I joined this company when it was an idea, and had we had solar at the time, but like the alphas, you know what I mean? Like we
Yeah.
came a long way from the alphas to fully functioning solar. Then we switched to the glass and just all the improvements and production bodies now. And I mean, it's night and day from where we were, and it's very exciting. It's definitely taking longer than anyone inside the company would like it to take, but like we like to say, we're on a shoestring budget with a dedicated team, and we're just pushing forward, and we're just always pushing forward. So I mean, we have, these first three validation vehicles, and then, hopefully we'll be building from there. But I mean, this is the most vehicles we've ever been working on at once, the most production intent they've ever been, with systems that are legitimately the systems will be in your vehicle, right? With the code that'll run in your vehicle. I mean, it's all here. It's very different than, the prototypes where they have maybe a screen that works, but it's like a one-off, or there's a lot of one-off stuff in prototyping and things like that. But these are really built in the way that we intend for them to be made and that they were designed to be made. So yeah, it's very exciting. When I missed a couple weeks like over Christmas and New Year's when they were building these for CES, because I come back and I'm like, oh my God, we have like legitimate vehicles, and we didn't have those like a couple weeks ago. Just so it's been yeah, very exciting time at Aptera, and internally, and everyone's working very hard. So there's a lot of engineers working on mostly the code, the firmware, the bringing up the boards for the vehicle. I mean, it's a lot of work. People don't realize it's not just press pedal, machine goes. It's like, whoa, we have the AGM, the POUCs, all this stuff is legitimately working together and is OTA upgradable, and that system works so we can roll out firmware updates really quick. I mean, we're at a crazy place right now, so that's
Wow.
exciting for me.
Well,
Yeah,
thank
it's
you.
a
And thank you
cool
for
time.
sharing with our audience, Chris. We appreciate you and the work you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob, for buying Sarah a cup of coffee.
And thank you, Rick Rutledge and Faith for the coffee. You know how we feel about you.
Thank you to all the members of the Drive the Lightning channel. You are turning the wheels on this crazy journey with a positively charged EV channel.
Thank you, Chris McCown. We appreciate you. Have a great day. Thanks for being
You
here.
too.
There's another video
Um,
you can watch. The one we just talked about the road trip. I'll put it right here on the screen somewhere.
right.
Hopefully you've seen it, but watch it again.